World War II was a battlefield of steel beasts. But among all the tanks that rolled across Europe, one became the most feared of them all. To Allied soldiers, its name meant death, its sound brought panic, and its reputation alone could stop an advance. This is the story of the Tiger tank, the machine that terrified soldiers in World War II. By the early 1940s, tanks had become the centerpiece of ground warfare. The Americans relied on the M4 Sherman, fast and reliable. The Soviets unleashed the T-34, rugged and easy to mass produce. The British deployed heavy models like the Churchill and Cromwell. But in 1942, Germany introduced something entirely different, a machine so powerful, so intimidating, that it instantly changed how the battles were fought, the Panzerkampfwagen 6, better known as the Tiger One. The Tiger first appeared near Leningrad in late 1942. Allied commanders were stunned by reports that their shells bounced harmlessly off its thick armor. It soon arrived in North Africa, where British and American crews got their first terrifying glimpse. At ranges where Shermans expected to land hits, the Tiger was already firing back with deadly accuracy. One British officer recalled, "It was like throwing stones at a fortress. Nothing we had could stop it." For many, facing a Tiger was less a battle and more a desperate attempt to survive. So what made the Tiger so terrifying? First, its armor. Up to 120 millimeters thick, it was virtually immune to most Allied weapons of the time. Crews described the hopelessness of firing shell after shell, only to watch them ricochet off. Second, its gun. The 88 millimeter KWK-36, originally an anti-aircraft weapon, could destroy nearly any Allied tank before they even spotted the Tiger. Allied crews often said they were being destroyed from ranges so far they never even saw the German tank. And third, its reputation. News of the Tiger spread like wildfire. Sometimes entire offensives stalled just because soldiers believed Tigers were ahead, even when none were actually present. The Tiger made its mark in battles across every front. In Tunisia, it shredded Sherman tanks, forcing the Allies to rethink their tactics. On the Eastern Front, it became a nightmare for Soviet crews, who struggled to counter its firepower. Even the famous Battle of Kursk, the largest tank battle in history, saw Tigers play a central role, carving through Soviet lines until sheer numbers overwhelmed them. The Tiger wasn't just a weapon, it was a symbol of German dominance. Wherever it appeared, soldiers knew the fight had changed. But while the Tiger's reputation was legendary, the reality was more complicated. At nearly 60 tons, it was slow and mechanically fragile. Its engine overheated, its transmission failed, and its massive weight snapped bridges. Fuel shortages often left Tigers abandoned, destroyed by their own crews to avoid capture. And production was painfully slow. While the Soviets built tens of thousands of T-34s and the Americans produced over 50,000 Shermans, only about 1,300 Tigers were ever made. For every Tiger, there were dozens of Allied tanks, and in war, numbers often mattered more than quality. In 1944, Germany introduced the Tiger II, or King Tiger, even larger, with thicker armor and an even deadlier gun. It seemed unstoppable on paper. But its flaws were magnified, heavier, slower, and still plagued by breakdowns. Despite this, the Tiger's image endured. To soldiers, it represented German engineering at its most terrifying. To historians, it became the ultimate example of quality versus quantity in war. So was the Tiger truly the most feared tank of World War II? On the battlefield, few machines inspired such terror. Its armor, its gun, and above all, its reputation made it a legend. Even today, the name Tiger tank still carries weight, not just as a weapon, but as a reminder of how fear itself can be as powerful as firepower. What do you think? Was the Tiger truly the most feared, or did another tank deserve the title? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more untold battles of World War II.